Hello, my name is Ebeso Romanus. I'm the Managing Director of High Performance Consulting Company Limited, an accounting consultant, Search 100 expert, and a certified QuickBooks Pro advisor. You can contact me using the number on the screen. I'm here to present to you a search payroll software which I've configured to effectively manage the treatment of salaries in Cameroon. The benefits of using this software include the management of employees' data. The software is capable of storing all employees' data or information concerning the employee. The management of advanced salary. When you give advanced salary to your workers within the month, at the end of the month, the software will automatically subtract the advanced salary from the worker's pay slip. The management of absences. There are some companies that at the end of the month, they may like to subtract absences from the worker's salary. So the software is capable of managing that. The software is capable of managing leave allowance. At the end of the year, there are some companies that when they give workers annual leave, the annual leave is accompanied with leave allowance. So the software is capable of managing that. I've equally configured the software to effectively manage the treatment of overtime earnings. If the company deems it necessary to give workers overtime, then the software is capable of treating that. The software is capable of managing all allowances, be it taxable or non-taxable allowances. The software is capable of managing loans, or what some people call salary on account. Where you give workers loans or salary on account, if the loan is to be supported by their salary, then at the end of the month, the software is capable of subtracting part of the loan from the worker's salary. The software is capable of generating a pay slip irrespective of the number of employees the company is having. The software can generate a pay slip at once. The software is capable of generating a payroll register. The software is capable of generating a statement of employer's contribution, a statement of employees' contribution, and I've equally configured the software to generate zip magnetic. With this zip magnetic, it helps us to perform our CMPS declaration. So with the software, you will not need to go to the CMPS website and begin to type information concerning the employee. You simply go to the software and use the software to generate your zip magnetic. And when you go to the CMPS platform, you simply upload this zip magnetic. I've equally configured the software to be able to pass the accounting entries relating to the treatment of salaries automatically, meaning that you can as well simply print the accounting entries or you export it to Microsoft Excel and you now incorporate it to your own accounting software. The software is capable of managing payments. At the end of the month, how do you pay your workers? If you pay your workers through the bank, the software is capable of generating a bank transfer order where you just print it and send it to your bank. If you pay your workers through the cash office in the company, then you can use the software to print a payment order and hand it over to the cashier, or what some people call a pay list. You can as well print the payment order and send it to the bank if payment is to be done through the check. The software is capable of managing working hours. That is, if you are in a company where some workers have different working hours, then the software is capable of managing that kind of situation. Now, I'm going to demonstrate how the software operates. The demonstration will be based on how we can use the software to treat advanced salary, how we can use the software to treat loans, how we can use the software to generate a pay slip, payroll register, how we can use the software to generate the zip magnetic, and how we can use the software to print uh, the payment order. So I'm going to use my company to do the demonstration. Now, so this is actually the search payroll software. Now, in order to use this software, you must ensure that you have entered all the information concerning your employee. And when you enter all the information concerning the employee, you have them here. So this actually gives us the list of the employees. And as you can see, this company has operates with 6 employees. And the software also discloses the payment periods. As you can see here, the payment period is the month of April because the month of March is closed. So if we use the software to treat salaries, the software will be treating salaries for the month of April. And when I double click here, you will see that through this option, we can enter all information concerning Achirafak even right up to entering the picture, putting the photo of Achelafak, entering the number of children, their names, and so on. So we use this section to enter all information concerning the employee, even concerning the basic salary, and so on. Now, when you enter all the information concerning your employee, now let's assume that at the end, within the month of April, some workers came and demanded for an advance salary around the 15th of April. Let's say Achelafak came around the 15th of April and demanded for an advance salary of 15,000 francs. Ebeso Romanus came on the 15th of April and equally demanded an advance salary of 30,000 francs. So let's see how we can use the software to treat that. So we'll simply take this option and enter the advance salary. Now, the people concerned here are Achelafak and Ebeso. So I will double click here and enter the advance salary to Achelafak, 15,000. 15,000. Then I will validate. I will enter the advance salary of Ebeso, 30,000, and I will validate. So we have actually given them an advance salary. But at this point, the software knows that we have not actually released the funds. We have not paid out the money to Achelafak and Ebeso. So we need to print a payment order and hand it over to the cashier to use it for the payment. So we'll take this option to print a payment order. Now, let's the date of payment is on the 15th of April. So let's take the 15th of April. So the date of payment is on the 15th of April. So we'll simply validate and then we'll take preview to see the payment order. So this is actually the payment order that we'll print and hand it over to the cashier. So the cashier will use this and pay 15,000 francs as advance salary to the Chelafak and pay 30,000 francs to Ebeso. So now after printing the payment order, we need to ensure that at the end the software should be capable of subtracting it automatically from their pay slip. As you can see here, it indicates that the software will be able to subtract it from their pay slip. So we simply validate and then we take preview. So that is all. So that is how we use the software to manage the treatment of advanced salary. I'm equally going to demonstrate how we can use the software to treat the management of loans or salary on account. So to treat the management of loans, let's take a case study. Let's say Ebeso around the 30th of March came and demanded for a loan of 1,236,000 francs and intends to pay the loan for a period of 12 months and the loan will be paid back from his salary. So let's see how we can use the software to demonstrate that. So we'll simply come here and take the option of loan. The person demanding the loan is Ebeso. So we'll double click on Ebeso and enter the loan. Now, let's assume this is the first loan Ebeso is taking, and for that reason, the quote of the loan should be 1. And the type of the loan, let the type of the loan be school fees loan. So as you can see, I've configured by putting the building loan, school fees loan. So let's take the option school fees loan. The objective of the loan is to pay children's fees. The company or the establishment giving the loan is the company High Performance Consulting. Then, normally a well-structured company, Ebeso will have to write an application asking for a loan, and when it is granted, there will be a reference number granting the loan. So let's assume that the reference number granting the loan is 001. Ebeso contracted this loan on the 30th of March. So let's enter the 30th of March here. And if there is any other collateral security, we'll enter the type of collateral security here and the amount of the collateral security. So let's enter the detailed description of the loan. We'll click on description and enter the full information concerning the loan. The amount of the loan is 1,236,000. The period to pay the loan is 12 months. The loan is subject to no interest, meaning that it's interest-free loan. And when we put the number of months to pay back the loan is 12 months, the software automatically tells us here that it means every month the software will be subtracting 103,000 francs from the salary of Ebeso every month, starting from the month of April, because if he contracted the loan on the 30th of March, and then first month should be April. So the date of the first payment will be the 30th of April. The 30th of April. And it will be the 30th of April. So take note. So at this point, we can now click on the amortization schedule to view how the loan will be deducted from the salary. So if you can see, this is an amortization schedule telling us that the loan will be deducted right up to the 31st March 2023 for a period of 12 months. And for each month, the software will be subtracting 103,000 francs from the salary of a beso. Now, at this point, we can release the funds to a beso because the software knows that we have not yet released the fund to the beso. So we'll simply right click and take release of funds. And let's assume that the mode of paying this, giving this loan to a beso is cash. So we'll simply click on OK. So we have actually released the funds to a beso. Now we can as well print a loan amortization schedule and hand it over to a beso so that the beso will be able to follow up how the loan will be paid back from his salary, or how much will be subtracted from his salary in order to reimburse the loan. So we'll simply click on the print icon and we'll take the table of amortization and we'll click on OK. We'll preview it. So this is actually the table of amortization. So as you can see here, this is the name of a beso, the employee who contracted the loan, the company giving the loan, High Performance Consulting. The duration of the loan is 12 months, and the decision granting the loan is 001. And you see here that every month the annuity will be 103,000 francs, meaning that the amount will be subtracting from a beso salary every month, and that will start on the 30th of April right up to the 31st of March, which means that when we run the treatment of salary, we should be capable to see that the software will subtract 103,000 francs from the salary of a beso. So that is how we can effectively use the software to treat the management of loans. Now, let's assume that we are already at the end of the month, and we want to use the software to run the treatment of salary. And given that the workers of this company have a fixed allowance and all was entered during the configuration, so we do not have any other variables to enter at the end of the month. So we'll simply use the software to run the treatment of salary. And to do that, we'll click on this option and take this option, printing of pay slip. So at this point, the software tells us that the period of pay is from the 1st of April to the 30th of April, and the payment date is on the 5th of May. So let's confirm the situation. So we'll simply click on OK, and let's view the various pay slip. So we'll simply click here on OK to view all the pay slip. So the company has 6 workers, and as you can see, the software is processing the salary of the 6 workers. So even if you have 500, 1,000 workers, the software is going to treat it all at once. Now, so this is actually the pay slip of the first worker, and the first worker is Acherafak Sandra. So this is the pay slip of Acherafak Sandra. And remember that Acherafak Sandra took an advance salary of 15,000. Let's verify how the software will subtract it from the pay slip. So this is it here. You have an advance on salary, 15,000, and it falls under the column of deduction. So if you take the gross total here, 119,000, minus total deduction, 4,802, minus advance on salary, 15,000, you'll be able to have the net pay, which is 99,198. And when you observe this pay slip, you see that it display employers charges, and also it display the employees charges and also the employers charges. So as you can see, this is the employers charges here, 12,818 francs. But what is actually subtracted from the gross salary is the total employees deduction, which is 4,802. So this is just to demonstrate or to display or to show the employee that the employer pay charges for recruiting him worth 12,808 francs. And you can see the detailed information here. You have the monthly basic salary, the various allowances, and then you have the various deductions. But if you see here, the personal income tax is not calculated because this based on the salary, the gross taxable salary is not to pay the personal income tax based on his gross taxable salary. So that is why you see the personal income tax is absent here. But at this level, we can click here to move to the other pay slip. So the first one, this is the pay slip of Achelapak Sandra. So if I click here, you will now see the pay slip of Ebeso Romanus. So this is actually the pay slip of Ebeso Romanus. As you can see, the name of the company, even the logo of the company is present. The mode of paying Ebeso is through a bank transfer. And if you come down, you see detailed information concerning the treatment of Ebeso salary. You see here the basic salary and all the allowances that Ebeso is due. You have the gross salary. And you see here starting from personal income tax, additional council tax, housing loan fund tax, audiovisual tax, local development tax, national employment fund, OH pension, professional accident, family allowance. But take note that the national employment fund is not to be supported by the employee. So that is why you have here zero. It is to be paid by the employer. The professional accident is not to be supported by the employee. That's why you see here zero. It is to be paid by the employer. Family allowance is to be supported by the employer, not the employee. So the taxes and the deduction and the contribution supported by the employee is just the personal income tax, additional council tax, the credit foncier or house loan fund tax, the audiovisual tax, the local development tax, and then the OH pension scheme. So take note. Now, on the pay slip of a BESO, you can also observe that the software have actually taken into consideration the advance salary we gave to a BESO, 30,000 francs. The software has equally subtracted loan that the BESO took, 103,000 francs. So in order to have the net P down there, it is actually this gross salary, 625,000 minus the advance on salary, 30,000 minus loan reimbursement, 103,000 minus even this total deduction. So take note. So the software will simply take 625,000 minus total deduction, advance on salary, and loan reimbursement. So if you come right down, you will see the net pay and other useful information down here. You have this other useful information. So if we click next again, you will see the next pay slip for the next worker, and this should be for NIMPA. So this is actually the pay slip for NIMPA. If you click next, you will see the pay slip for Duxop. Next, the pay slip for Duxop. Next, the pay slip for Ebeso Marinos. But when you observe the pay slip of Ebeso Marinos, you will see that we only have personal income tax at the rate of 5.5%. This is because we consider Ebeso Marinos as a temporal worker in that company. It's not a permanent worker. And you know, we do not register permanent workers at the level of the CMPS or at the level of the CMPS. So that is why we only have a deduction of personal income tax at the rate of 5.5%. So take note. So this is actually how the software can generate the pay slip, and irrespective of the number of workers, the software can generate all the pay slip at once. So take note. Now, let's try to see how we can use the software to generate a payroll register. So we'll take this option and take a payroll register, and everything is okay here. So we'll just validate, and we have a preview there. So this is actually a payroll register. So as you can see, it gives us information per employee. So even if you have 1,000 employee, then this option here will be activated. So take note. So as you can see, we have detailed information concerning the various employees, their gross salary, the various deductions on salary, and other deductions. And at the end, it gives us the totals for all the employees. So this is actually a payroll register. Let's see how we can also use the software to generate a statement that will tell us how much we are to pay to the tax office and how much we are to pay to CMPS. So if we click here and we take the option, and we take this option, we will have everything here is okay. So I'll just click here okay, and I will take preview. So this is actually a statement of contributions and tax. So it shows us the total amount of money we need to pay to the tax office. I've just put here total mean fee. The mean fee means that the money that will be going to the Ministry of Finance. And we have here total to the National Social Insurance Fund, that is CMPS. So as you can see here, it gives us the total amount we will deduct from the employee salary. This is the total amount we will deduct from the employee salary that we need to pay to the tax office. The total amount supported by the employer. So this plus this will give us the total amount that the company will pay to the tax office. Then this section gives us the total contributions we have to deduct from the worker's salary to pay to CMPS. This is it here, 57,208, 288, and then it equally gives us the total to be supported by the employer. So the total from the employee and that of the employer will give us this sum here, 244,156. Then the total amount for CMPS and the tax office will now be this plus this there. So you're going to have 407,014 francs. So this is actually a statement to show us the total amount of money that we will pay to the tax office and also to the CMPS. Now, let's see how we can as well use the software to print a payment order that we hand it over to the cashier or we send to the bank that they can use to pay salaries. So we'll click here and then take the option payment order. So everything here is just okay. We'll now click on OK. Let's see a preview. So this is actually the preview. So this is the payment order. But this payment order, it discloses just two workers here, indicating that these two workers will pay them through a bank transfer. As you can see here, transfer. And it gives us the period, the month for the payment, and the net payment here. You can see this is a net payment here. So, and it gives us other information concerning the employee. So this particular payment order is for those that the company pays them through a bank transfer. So if I click next here, we will see the payment order for workers that the company pay them using a check. So it's just NIMPA, guaranteeing that the company pays them using a check. If I click here, you will see a payment order for workers that the company pay them in the cash office, that is by cash. So as you can see, we have 3 workers here that the company pays them by cash. So this is actually how we can use the software to generate a payment order or a pay list. And one thing you can notice here is that the payment order or the pay list gives us just the net pay, and the information of the employee. So that is how you can use the software to generate a payment order. Now, let's say we want to carry out our CMPS declaration and we do not want to go to the CMPS platform and begin to enter information concerning the employee. So let's see how we can use the software to generate zip magnetic. And remember that the zip magnetic is what we actually use in performing our declaration to the CMPS through the CMPS platform. So to use the software to generate a zip magnetic, we'll click on this option and take edition. Then we'll take the option zip magnetic and then we'll click on OK. Now we'll take workers treated for the periods, and the period there is the month of April. Take note, we have 6 workers, but amongst the 6 workers, there's one person there that is a temporary worker. And a temporary worker, we do not declare them at a level of CMPS. So let's remove the temporary workers from the zip magnetic. So I'll click here. And remember that temporary worker was a Beso Marinus. So you can see here T. The T here was to indicate to me that a Beso Marinus is a temporary worker. So let's see how we can subtract it, remove it from the zip magnetic. So I will simply click here and remove it from the zip magnetic. Now, at this point, I will simply close this dialog box and I take OK. Then we'll click on this option and take sortie as key. Now, I will take sortie as key. It will permit us to save the zip magnetic. And now, let's assume that we want to save this zip magnetic using the folder new volume drive F. So I'll click here and then I will then enter the name of the zip. So we'll name it as zip zip magnetic, zip magnetic 4. And when I click up and down, you will see that there is no zip magnetic there. And this zip magnetic 4 simply indicates that it is for the month of April. So take note. So I will click on save. So the software is actually producing the zip magnetic. So we are done. We can now view the zip magnetic. So I will simply go to the drive, the new folder F, and as you can see, this is actually the zip magnetic. So I will double click for us to view the zip magnetic. So this is the zip magnetic produced using the software. So you see that even if you have 1,000 workers, 500 workers, I can as well configure it to produce this zip magnetic automatically. So this is actually the zip magnetic. So with this zip magnetic, you can just simply go to the CMPS platform and you simply upload this zip magnetic and you perform your declaration. So I've actually come to the end of the presentation. And irrespective of how your company is structured or irrespective of how they treat salaries in your company, I can configure it to meet to the company's specification, to meet to the company's demand. So that is what I can do for you. So I've come to the end of the demonstration. Thank you for watching.